The announcement came from Japan's government that the rocket had been launched by North Korea. The government here, of course, had pledged to warn its citizens the moment its monitoring stations spotted the signs of a launch. And it appears, according to the government, it was launched at about 18 or 19 minutes ago, and it appears to have flown over Japan as planned, with the first booster stage dropping in the Sea of Japan to the west, and the second booster stage dropping into the Pacific to the east. Now, Japan, of course, was deeply worried that this rocket could misfire and the rocket itself, or parts of it, could land on its territory. So it deployed Patriot missile interceptors to the north of the country, as well as destroyers at sea, and the government says it was prepared to shoot down anything that might have landed on its territory, but it appears that the self-defense forces have not had to act.
Roland, just reading here that the US State Department is saying that this North Korean rocket was launched at 02:30 GMT, so that was something like about 20 minutes or so ago. No further details coming from them at the moment, but there is a suggestion then that the rocket has actually landed in the Pacific. Is there any more on that from you, Roland?
No, we haven't got any more details other than the fact that it has been launched and that it appears to have flown over Japan without landing on Japanese territory. Of course, Japan, the United States and Seoul, South Korea, believe that this was in fact not an attempt to put a communications satellite into space, as the North Koreans say, but a cover, that the real motive for this launch was to test ballistic missile technology, the type of missile they believe, Taepodong 2. Now, in theory, that missile would be capable of carrying a warhead as far as Alaska or Hawaii, and the United States, Japan and South Korea had said before the launch that if it did take place, they would take it up with the UN Security Council. Those countries believe that this launch is in violation of resolutions passed after an earlier test by South Korea banning it from ballistic missile technology.
So the Japanese government clearly very nervous about all this. Do they still remain on alert at this stage?
Yes, they do. The Prime Minister, Taro Aso, is in Tokyo, and various key government ministers, the Defence Minister, is in Tokyo as well. They were told to remain in the city over the weekend to respond immediately to this crisis. I think now the launch has actually been taken place. The key question is, what are going to be the repercussions for North Korea? North Korea would argue that, like any other country, it has the right to peaceful space development, to put a communications satellite into space. The tricky point, where there might be wriggle room, is the whole issue of dual-use technology, the same kind of technology that could be used to put a communications satellite into space, as North Korea has said all along is what it had been planning to do, also capable of being used for ballistic